Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 6-0 Football Academy and 6-0 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling.
All right, and we roll. We're down here at the lab at 6-0 Football Academy. My man Bailey's on the ones and the twos. That is a smile on his face with Steve Atwater in the house once again. We do this every year. We got 25 minutes with Steve, and we're going to maximize every waking second. So, Bailey, let's pay some bills. 0 to 60 rolls. All right, and we are headed down the track here with Steve Atwater from the lab at 6-0 Football Academy.
Let's pay some bills. This show is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform, your number one source for everything football. BetOnline is every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. Think you know your stuff? Get in on our $200,000 mega contest to pick 5 games against the spread every week for your chance at weekly prizes and a share of $200,000. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Bet online, the game starts here and we roll. Man, huge show. Hall of Famer Steve Atwater is in the building. Man, this is going to be a great show, Steve.
Bree, say hi.
Hi.
She helped set up all this. If we look better today, it's because of Steve.
No, man. Hey, I got time for you, man. You're doing great things over here, man.
Yeah, we really try. So, look, this is, 6-7 years of doing this? Like every year we do a show, and I take my hat off. Obviously, you always make time for everybody, and it's you know what makes you Steve.
Not everybody.
Not everybody. Well, most of us.
Yeah, people who good people, great people. That's my next friend.
So look, we got a lot to talk about. Bailey's going to fire some questions, but. Look, we can't start the day without starting the day the correct way. So Steve's on the show. Everybody, watch this. Flip! Come on, man. Sorry, every time he's here, I have to show it.
All right,
it's my favorite play in NFL history, and every time it
I
makes
love
me
it.
so
I love it. I love it.
All right, so the Broncos, the Arkansas Razorbacks, Colorado Buffaloes. Man, we got a lot to talk about today. Bailey, you ready?
Yeah, let's get right into it. So we got big battle this weekend for CU. Obviously, Colorado takes on UCF. UCF is led by quarterback KJ Jefferson. Let's start with Arkansas. Arkansas just took out Auburn over the weekend. What are your thoughts of KJ Jefferson? Thoughts on Arkansas? Let's just hear your initial thoughts of this whole game.
Well, first off, KJ Jefferson, he was a beast at Arkansas. Not only could he throw the ball, he was a great leader. He could also run it, and he's a big boy. He's a load to bring down for anybody. I mean, I'm talking about 4th and 1. Oh yeah, you know what's quarterback.
He's getting it.
Yeah, he's getting it.
That tush push.
Yeah.
So look, Gus Malzahn also down there. You know he loves to run that RPO. Look, you know Coach Prime from playing days. I know you're not interwoven into the Colorado community, but you got to watch it. You know that crazy stuff happened last week against Baylor.
That was a great game.
That was great.
That was a great game.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Where do you think they go from here? You know, we're going to obviously talk about CU after you leave too, but this is a big game going to Orlando, Colorado playing in Florida. That's Coach Prime's stomping ground. I mean, you got to be excited for your guy Prime, right?
Oh yeah, I'm always excited to see him do well. You know, he's coming, make Colorado home, and you know, he and his boys, his family, man. I mean, they rooted for him ever since he got here. So I'm hoping that he does well. But yeah, they're gonna have their hands full, you know.
For real.
But they've had their hands full before, and they've been able to come through in such situations. You saw the game last week against Baylor. With them being able to pull that off, I was like, man, can they do it? And they did it.
The excitement's back in Boulder. That's for damn sure.
100%.
Man, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
people are excited. Shadour Sanders. Look, you played safety in this league for a long time at a high level. You're some of the best to ever do it. You've got a gold jacket for a reason. When you watch that kid play, you think he's got that the ability to make that jump to the NFL level and keep carving people up?
100%. And the thing that I love most about Shadour is his calmness in the pocket. You know, he just got that poise. I mean, it's 4th and 15. He can deliver a dime in clutch situations, and I've seen him do it time and time again. And that's the thing that I think that's going to help him the most when he gets to the next level is just, you know, his calm, cool composure. You know, not being rattled in those big situations.
Those little Sanders thing, man.
Yeah, it must be, man. They got some genius, boy.
All right, Bailey, next.
So obviously, let's stick on this Colorado game. Steve, you want to break down Colorado's keys to victory? What does Colorado got to do in order to shut down UCF? Obviously, the hurricane down there, so I don't know how great the weather is going to be. But what is
actually a hurricane
in this game? Huh?
Is there actually a hurricane?
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be some weather issues. I mean, I'm out here too. So
is it like going to be raining sideways? Is it really going to be a hurricane?
I can confirm in a sec, but
we need to get Bianchi back on here so we can get a weather report. Look,
yeah.
I think keys to victory, and I'll just talk to Steve about this. Keys to victory for the UCF game has got to be keeping Shadour Sanders upright, right? I mean, 9 sacks last week, bro.
That's too much.
If you're playing in the secondary, and you know Al and Neil Smith and Tom Voss, your guys in front, you got 9 sacks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, things are you're back.
Oh yeah. Gotta get it out quickly. That's huge. They gotta make sure that they protect him, and the last thing you want to see there is for Shadour to get hurt. Because I mean, I'm not sure if the backup quarterback situation. Like we don't want to see it. So yeah, that's a huge. I know it's been a huge point of emphasis for the team.
It has. And look, last year they really struggled. They give up 52. How many sacks they give up? 52. Something like 56. In 12 games. That's bad.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. But they gave up 9 the other night to Baylor and still found a way to win. And obviously they pulled a rabbit out of the hat. Let's be real. Yeah. It's not like they dominated the game, but
the thing that happens is their playmakers make plays.
That's my thing, though, right? So when it's like shades of Elway to Rod Smith on his first touchdown against the Redskins.
Yeah.
Never at the game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's when you have that kind of guy at quarterback and you're on defense and you're just standing there watching and you're like, huh. Yeah, we're definitely still going to win.
Yeah,
like you always think you're
always in. Right? You're always in. You know,
always,
regardless of the situation. I remember holding hands. You know, when the clock was counting down. You know, we have 80 yards to go, and John would throw a 40-yard pass, and then a 20. Then he'd take off running and score. And that's the same type of skills that Shadour has. He can run with the ball. He can pass it. Although he doesn't like running. I don't think unless that's his. An obvious situation. Yeah. But yeah, I think they got the talent to do it. But again, they got to protect him. They got to play good defense. They've been playing good defense. They got to continue to do that. And they got to get the ball to Travis Hunter.
It's going right up there. That's where Bailey's going too. So look, Travis Hunter is a unicorn. All right, I've never seen anything like it before in my life. A true concrete Charlie like I've never seen before. And he has said openly he wants to be a Denver Bronco.
No way.
I know Bree's seen the interviews. Wow. I know Bailey's seen the interviews.
That's cool.
Like we got this wall up in Boulder where you right when you walk into the locker room where there's this huge flat screen. And you go up and hit Matt McChesney and it shows where I played and pictures and videos and all a bunch of other stupid stuff. And then you go to the wall and it's got all the emblems on it, and he's standing there in a video and talking with, I can't remember, I think it was Deion Jr. or Darius, and they're filming him, and he's like, I'd really love to play for the Broncos. He says like 3 times.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Boy, now, here's the question. Will Sean Payton let him play both ways because he's at Tyson Hill, and he's played with versatile players in the past. Tyson didn't play defense, obviously, but very versatile offensive player. Could he play both ways in the NFL, number one? And then can you imagine Surtain and Hunter on each side? Like, you want, oh my God. And then you're filling in the slot?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And then what safety what high-priced safety out there that's a free agent? I like Jones. And look, Riley Moss is a good player. And but people would be clamoring to come play with them. Oh my God, how do I get into this? How do I get into this secondary?
Yeah. Now, the talent at this level is different. At the NFL level, Riley Moss, he's doing it. He had a nice game last week. He's playing really well. But if you had a guy like Travis Hunter, I don't know if he could do it in the NFL because of the number of plays. And they run a lot of plays in college too. But each play you're going against the best of the best. Whereas in the college game, you may have
advantage of certain guys.
Yeah, you may be covering the top receiver, but the cornerback that you're going against may not be as good. So you don't have to necessarily be 100%. But every time in the NFL, you got to be on your game. But if anybody can do it, I think he can do it. Because the stamina is crazy.
You think he'll be allowed to? Because the NFL, bro. The NFL tries to put people in boxes rather than playing like. I'm not advocating for him or anything, and I like Tim, but they try to put Tim in a box, instead of just building an offense around him and running the ball 80 times a game, which probably would have worked, but he's no Peyton Manning, you know what I'm saying? Certain quarterbacks they try and put into certain boxes rather than build around them, right? Mm-hmm. I don't think they do that with skill players, though, usually. Right, if you're a good corner, you just walk in and you're Surtain Jr. and you're a great corner.
Yeah.
If you're a great receiver, you walk in, you're Jordan Jefferson or Chase, and you're a great receiver.
But he has both.
Do you think that the old school era of thinking in the NFL were like, well, we do things a certain way, and you got to play the way we play? I might just be like, look, until something bad happens, you're rolling.
Yeah, but man. Do you think he would last in the NFL that long? And especially the number of games that we have.
The way that he plays and how physical he is, and he takes care of his body. He's a former student. He doesn't party.
Now again, I'll say if anybody can do it, if anybody can do it, he could do it.
And just could you imagine he first overall pick on the top 5, and you get a coach that's open-minded enough and smart enough, like a Sean Payton.
They found with you. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And then you've got maybe in a first team 2-3 years from now when he's fully developed, 25-year-old, grown-ass man. He's a first-team All-Pro wide receiver and a first-team All-Pro DB.
That would be sick.
Bro.
I don't know if anybody ever done that before. No. Come on, because you're thinking, how many offensive plays is average in the NFL?
Man, maybe
60.
Maybe.
Same for defense. Maybe 60, 120 plays a game, bro.
Play Thursday night, Sunday, Monday. There's more games. Everybody's bigger, stronger, faster. But then again, he's going to be bigger, stronger, faster, right? So once he gets into the system, I think it's good.
Well, I think what I think will probably happen is a team will probably use them the way that Deion.
And talk about that a little bit because you played against them when he did play offense and returned.
I never played against him when he was on the offensive side of the ball.
But okay,
in the game, I was playing. Yeah. Oh, man.
What do you even say to yourself at that point? Like, well, I really hope he doesn't return a punt on us.
Oh yeah, because he was probably the greatest pure athlete, of all times. I don't know the greatest, but he's in the top 5 of all-time greatest players. In my opinion,
just real quick, because I've always wondered this, because I know you played against Bo. Do you think he's a better baseball player, football player than Bo was? Because he did it longer and he did it at a higher level. But Bo Jackson
got hurt.
Bo
got hurt.
No, he got hurt.
That's fair.
Oh, what a great question.
Yeah, both of those.
It's like this and like this.
They're both in a whole another
stratosphere.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to it, but when you've got a player like that, and now he's learning from Deion. So Travis Hunter's learning everything from Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Because that he's just tutoring him on everything.
But the thing is, though, again, will he get drafted? And will the coach that drafts him same type of mentality, right? And would it be a fit? Because Deion, when he played, he kind of did things the way he wanted to do them.
So when he was in Atlanta, he had Glanville, right?
Yes.
And Glanville's he's just out there roping. He's having a good time, so he let Deion do whatever he wanted.
Yeah. Well,
and then when
he wasn't doing anything bad.
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like if he wanted to go return a punt, Deion just ran in and said, "You're out. I'm returning." If he wanted to return a kick, I'll be like, "Get out. I'm returning a kick."
Right.
And he could do whatever he wanted on the field.
Yeah.
So when he went to San Francisco, same thing. Like if Deion wanted on the field, he'd get on the field. When he went to Dallas, Jerry Jones was like, "Do whatever you want, Don.
Right.
Please, thank you."
Yeah.
So one of the only guys in NFL history that I can think of to go back to back on different teams, right? San Francisco, Dallas. I know that Chris Long did it with the Eagles and the Patriots, or Patriots and Eagles, one of the two.
Yeah.
All right, so look, enough about Colorado. We'll talk about Colorado more after Steve here. We've only got about 15 more minutes with the great Steve Atwater here, live from the lab down here at 6-0 Football Academy. The new website's up. We're going to talk about the rant bands here in a minute. Coach Stokes and I are, this thing is awesome. This thing, bro, is a QR code, right? So every kid in the gym, when they go to a camp or they go on a trip, all right, so they walk up and the coach pulls out his phone and hits the QR code, and his entire profile comes up, his Twitter page comes up, his Instagram, everything from the Dungeon family, everything from Coach Stokes, like his entire profile. We're like, okay, we're just going to save this real quick.
This your idea?
And the Coach Stokes was like, yeah, pretty kick ass, man. Rolling. So let's get into some Bronco topics here before Steve hits the road and gets back to it.
No doubt. So let's get into it. Alex Singleton. Let's talk Denver Broncos and Alex Singleton. This is pretty crazy right here. We'll just show this real quick. Broncos linebacker Alex Singleton tore his ACL versus the Bucs on Sunday. He went on to play every single play defensively despite having a torn ACL, and he also led the Broncos in tackles. Steve, just what are your thoughts on his perseverance, through that injury?
First off, the toughness is just off the charts. And, I told him, like, the first year he was here, I was like, man, I love your game. This guy flies around every single play. And he makes plays. It's not like he's just out there on the field running around aimlessly. He makes plays. And I'm so sad that that injury happened to him. And, man, the question is, who's ready to back him up? I mean, it's got to be Justice Sternad. He got to be next in line, right?
Yeah, but Sternad, I like Sternad as a cover linebacker. I love him as a nickel linebacker that can cover a tight end. I think he's a tough kid. Playing guard, if I walked up and we were ace blocking to Sternad, I'd be like, oh, he's quick. But he also
but you say that about anybody.
That's true.
I mean, a lineman on a linebacker,
These are facts. Other than you, maybe I'm walking. No, we gotta get ready for this one. But I like the kid who took the pick back. What's his name? Bailey. He's a big, aggressive, he's downhill in a hurry. I like the way he plays.
The only question is he ready?
Well, you got to throw him to the wolves to see.
Yeah.
So he stepped up in the preseason and took one to the house. So maybe you throw him out there and he turns into a hell of a player. Look, when you're talking about the situation, Singleton, his road, undrafted, cut several times, had to go to Canada, defensive player of the year there. It reminds me a lot of Mustafa Johnson, who's a CU great D lineman who works out here in the offseason. Actually worked out for the Broncos in this offseason, was all pro in Montreal last year, a little undersized. Remember, got the motor. Well, just a hell of a player. He's a great 3 technique at CU. And he's on that same path. Eventually, he's going to get his shot in the NFL. He's going to be an all-pro again this year. He's killing people up there. You remember Cameron Wake with Miami?
Yeah, right.
He played for 9 years in Canada before he got shot.
Wow.
So, I have so much respect for Singleton because of the road he took, and now he's signed a big contract to be a captain. And then, look, I know you played through a tough pain. All right. It's just the area you played in. There's no torn all shots and Greek, whatever you gotta do, Greek, that's together with hard work. So I know that was just what football is. It might be, it's like Jack Youngblood playing with a broken leg in the Super Bowl. Bro.
How do you do that?
It's like Philip Rivers playing in the AFC title game with no ACL.
Yeah, and
unbelievable.
This happened several times, but it's like guys, they have to have another level of mental awareness, mental control to be able to do it.
I tore my knee up in the game in Miami, and I was trying so hard not to get put on IR, so I practiced all week. I didn't tear my ACL, I tore my MCL and my PCL, and it hurt like hell. I'm sure that the next day his knee didn't feel great, but is it all just adrenaline, bro? Like, I've been there where I'm playing with a broken ankle. I get it. Just cast it up and go to work. It'll hurt afterwards.
I can't even comprehend that. I mean,
running, playing shoulders and concussions.
Yeah, that's different than you need your legs to run to get there. I mean, I try to get up enough speed to when I get there, I can deliver a blow. But without my knee,
I mean, and then watching the video of him too, because I went in the lab over here and I was watching it because we have the all 22 versions, and I'm watching him and he's steps that pop and gone, steps that pop on the same knee.
Yeah,
it's compromised and torn. And he's like chasing dudes down. How many tackles did they got? 12 or something?
10 tackles, yeah.
10 tackles.
He got hurt in the first quarter?
He got hurt in the first quarter on that kick, if I remember correctly. So that is one of the toughest things I've ever seen. I know he'll get right and get healthy.
Oh, yeah. He's going to work his tail off and get back.
And look, the guy they brought in next to him, Barton, I like Barton.
Yeah.
But, we may now find the same way Singleton got his opportunity. Now somebody else gets another one, and you might find some linebacker depth in that room. So hell of a Sunday afternoon by Alex Singleton. That's one to tell the grandkids right there.
Yeah.
Like Grandpa played on a torn ACL. Like, what's an ACL? All right. Next question. Well, we got two more for Steve. We'll get him out of here.
Okay, yeah, staying on the Broncos topic, what are your thoughts on Bo Nix? I mean, they struggled in the first two games. I think they had a tough opponent, Seattle, and then they played Pittsburgh at home. But, they went on down to Tampa and took out Tampa, played really well, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on that game and just Bo Nix through 3 games?
Man, I'm so happy for Bo Nix. He's such a nice guy, a great leader, and we watched him all throughout training camp, and he looked amazing. It looked almost unreal for a rookie quarterback to come in and really know the offense that well, not make the mistakes that a lot of young quarterbacks make, not having, Coach Payton have to stop me. Wait, let's stop this over. No, he was on point in training camp. And the first couple of games, I think, it was just some of the jitters still. I mean, a lot of guys still have jitters. At least, and he may have a couple more games like that. But in the long run, he's the guy.
You think he's the guy?
He's him.
I mean, it's been a long time.
He's him.
Look, he's a vet. He's played a ton of college football. He's, obviously went from Auburn to Arkansas with that ass. High five.
That's right.
Look, Pick Suey, baby. I know you and Scotty, you got like have a little bit of Arkansas ball.
Oh yeah.
Every time you see like big
boy.
So look, I think that Bo is the future. I really liked what I saw the other day. The offensive line played a lot better. The kid, Paz, I can't pronounce his damn name. Pacheski, that kid ball.
Yeah.
You didn't say his name once. If they don't say your name on the offensive line, that's some good stuff. I thought he outplayed the kids from Luke Lynchy. They're gonna have some decisions.
It's still Mike.
And then there's going to be some decisions in the offseason. We know that. So look, it's been obviously since 2015 when we've had a guy. We've tried the first round quarterback thing again, but I think we got a pretty mature kid. What do you see? What do you want him to do building around him?
Well, when everyone around him plays well, we're a better team. And the first couple games, I don't think really any of the guys played. The type of game that they want to play.
They didn't play well. It was just kind of him running around trying to do stuff.
Yeah, well, hey, sometimes it's like that, man. You've been in situations you're on the field like, man, what the heck is going on? They got a number. Right. Yeah. So I think that hopefully he's found that comfort level, and hopefully he can just build off of it. I got a lot of confidence in him, though, man. Just from what I saw in training camp, the way he handled everything. His accuracy, his ability to escape. We saw a couple of great runs against the
I
Bucs.
heard a bunch of people calling him the vanilla Vic.
I know. Yeah, man. He's got speed, man. He's I think he's the one, man. But hey, only time will tell.
Him.
Only time will tell.
He's him. All right, one more, Bailey, and we'll get Steve out of here. We'll run a commercial, and then we'll be back here to wrap up the show.
No doubt. Last question here. Colorado UCF, just prediction. It's going to be a big game. Colorado Big Test. What is your prediction for this game?
Come on, man. I got to go with the hometown team. Prime time. I got prime. I'm going to see you.
Yeah, I'm going to see you too. Obviously, tomorrow's our pregame hype show with Lawrence Vickers, who actually will be in Orlando dodging the hurricane. He's mad at me because I didn't go, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to the hurricane, bro.
Yeah.
Good talk, though, Vic. So, look, we're going to
make you know it's coming.
Yeah, and especially when you know it's coming. Let me fly in and not leave. That doesn't sound very fun. All right, so look, this is 0 to 60. We'll be back here in about 2.5 minutes. We'll get Steve out of here. Steve, thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Always. We're rolling here, so Bailey, run that commercial, and we'll get Steve out of here. Thanks,
We'll be
folks.
back in 3 minutes. Steve, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Honor to meet you.
Whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass, pro, and punch, I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique bag.
Did something cool happen last night?
Something
happened last night. Shit.
Let's just go ahead and show it, and then we'll get your take on it.
A little bit earlier this week from former Buffalo, Matt McChesney, who said if Shadour doesn't have to do everything, he can do anything. And given the time.
Someone's been listening to this show.
One more time. Do it one more time.
Okay. All right, hold on.
Come on, Doug. Stroke the ego.
A little bit earlier this week from former Buffalo, Matt McChesney, who said if Shadour doesn't have to do everything, he can do anything. And given the time to throw.
That's right, baby!
He's already piled up 100.
All right, cut that motherfucker.
Let's hear it. What are your thoughts on that? That's awesome, man.
So obviously, 0 to 60 is resonating. People are listening. I don't hear a lot of people getting called out on motherfucking ESPN in the middle of the game and shit. But I truly believe this. Once Shadour gets help, he's fucking Superman, dog. Period. All right? So when he doesn't have to do everything, he can do anything. That line is gold, and you're welcome. You're welcome, ESPN. You're welcome. Thanks for giving me credit, dog. The fact that he gave me credit for it, I really respect because my shit gets stolen all over the internet and shit. People don't tag me and get all these looks and shit. Motherfucker, that's not your shit. I'm the man behind the goddamn camera. That's my voice. That's me spitting fucking hot fire. The best 5 rappers of all time are Deion, and Deion spit hot fire. What I'm trying to say is it's very simple. It's true. He got help last night and went for 445, 4 tutties, bitch.
Yeah.
He could have 6.
Yeah.
So look, again, I'm not saying I know what I'm talking about, but if you really don't think I know what I'm talking about at this point, you've just got an agenda. You're an agenda hater. You just don't like CU. You don't like me, and that's cool. I don't like you either. But I want you to watch. You can watch. I'll watch. I swear I'll watch. Yeah, I think it's pretty fucking cool. What do you think, Bailey? I mean, you're the guy behind the 1s and 2s. I think it's pretty fucking cool we're getting shouted out on motherfucking ESPN.
Okay, I was sitting here watching.
My phone just blew up. People they're talking about you on ESPN, and I was like, I didn't do it, dog.
It wasn't me. I'm at home.
Yeah, I was just sitting here. I'm watching the game. I heard that, and I was like, "There's no way. There's no way." I heard them just shout out Matt on national ESPN TV.
ESPN, dog. Like, my kid looked at me, and Nick looked at me. He's like, "What did he just say?" And I was like, "Did they just say my name?" And he goes, "Rewind that shit." And I rewind, and I'm like, "Jesus, Nick, that's pretty cool."
Dude, I was really happy to see that, man. I mean, someone's listening that tells me that, and I mean, what you said is very, very true. Clearly, they think the same. I think we saw that last night. That when Shadour doesn't have to do everything, he can do anything. He went for 450. Like a lot of receivers got touches. Jimmy Horn went for 200. I gotta stop you. I said this is from Mark Jones. I don't know if you watched the game.
Mark, my dog.
He says, "Hey Matt, Mark,
awesome.
and when you said that about Shadour's workload earlier this week, you were prophetic. Keep up the great work, killer. Man, that's all.
Mark, thanks, dog. We gotta get you on the show.
Yeah, and we're back. Big Matt, you got me?
I do.
Cool. Yeah, we sound good. All right, we're back in the house, man. That was a great interview with Hall of Famer Steve Atwater. Good to get his perspective. Sorry about the audio. It is what it is. Fucking deal with it. You're here.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot the microphones. Just fucking deal with it. You guys can hear me.
It's all good. So second half of the show, we got a lot to break down here. We're 2 days away from this huge game. The spread's fucking 15 points, which is crazy. But let's just start. Let's go ahead and start off with it. First thing, Colorado, let's break down their keys to victory. Matt, you touched on it briefly with Steve, but I wanted to really dive into this for, as we head into this game 2 days away. What does Colorado got to do to take out UCF this weekend?
Well, they better play defense, number one, and it starts with the run defense, and they've got the ability to play run defense against this group. Look, I understand that UCF's a 15-point favorite or whatever, and CU's going on the road, but CU's actually played like hard games. Mm-hmm. I know everybody tries to talk shit after they pick the team that didn't win, that they weren't any good, but they still picked them, which makes you question the people, I guess. North Dakota State's a tough game. They had to find a way to win. Mm-hmm. On the road at Nebraska's a tough game. They got humbled. On the road at CSU, regardless of how bad they beat that ass, it was everybody picked CSU. So why'd you pick them if it wasn't a tough environment on the road? They haven't been since '96. Mm-hmm. Easily could have played like shit, beat that ass. Yeah. Baylor was a tough game. Big 12 opener in the rain. They found a way to win. So they're resilient. And I'm sorry, but UCF has played who?
They played, I want to say New Hampshire, Sam
Houston State, both at home, and then they won on the road at TCU.
Yeah.
And TCU had a chance to beat them at the end of the game, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They won just like TCU did, I believe.
6 fucking points. 66 points to SMU, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, especially if there's weather, I think that this could be a low-scoring, grinded-out type of game, although I think Shadour is going to be able to cut them up regardless, unless there's hurricane winds and shit. Mm-hmm. But I think this is suited for us to get a huge upset. Like, I took the money line and I took the points of the parlay, and I took the money line straight. And I'm not just doing it because I'm a homer. I think that it just matches up well. Like,
yeah.
They struggle in coverage. We throw the shit out of the ball. They are good running the football to a point against 3 really shitty defenses. We'll see. We are pretty good against the run. Like, our linebackers are top 3 in efficiency. We're not great nationally. I think we're like 80 something, but the yards per carry, that's what we talked about at the beginning of the year. They're holding people to 3 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. 3 yards a carry is where you want to be. Yep. So, and because if they break a 6-yarder and then you stop them, for 2 yards 4 times in a row, they're sitting in third down a lot. So first down is going to be the key in this game, Bailey, period. Mm-hmm. They got to fucking win first down on defense. If they win first down on defense and KJ Jefferson has to be a throw first guy, I think that they are going to walk out of Orlando with a win because, everybody you talk to, Steve just said it. Sanford said it. Phil Lindsay said everyone. No one's stopping Shadour. Yeah. Like he's getting his numbers, dog, and he's going to fucking score points. Like,
Even at Nebraska, where he threw for 280 yards, you know what I'm saying? He also gave them a touchdown on the touchdown he scored. So, like, if you want to say somebody stopped him, that was it. So Baylor tried to hit the fuck out of him, and he just got better. So, you know, it's I'm very eager to see also what UCF is like. This is the first time these teams have ever played. UCF just got into the Big 12. Gus Malzahn's still building that place. I mean, they didn't make a bowl game last year. They played some teams tough. They went to Norman and could have won. And, you know, they're a tough-ass team, but they didn't have a great year last year. So this is – I think that this line and everybody talking about how bad CU is still, like, this is – the narrative is played out. Even if they lose, I think it's going to be a really competitive football game. I don't think they're going to lose by 15 points.
Yeah,
so – I mean, I just look, man. I think that it's set up for CU to shock the world, but I won't be shocked when they do.
Yeah. I'm sitting here like that line is. First off, I saw it when it opened at 10.5. I was like, okay, all right, I see what y'all doing. Then it's gotten bet up to 14, 15, and it's back down to 14. But I'm sitting here like, okay, in order for this is a conference game. UCF hasn't really played anything.
Hold on. Let's look at this. This is what I'm talking about. First of all, what are you talking about, you fucking jerk? Read that.
Man, I'm not going to give it the light of
these people. I just don't understand it. Like, why do you just want to continue to show your ignorance? We're not even thinking about what you're saying. It's just your ignorance, and it's pure hate, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need to bring that up about the guy?
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense.
What the fuck is wrong with everything? Get this motherfucker off the show. He doesn't get to play no more. Sorry, homie, but you're gone.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit, dog. Come on.
Exactly. Anyway.
All right, so moving on.
Okay, so back to it. My thing is, I think you made a great point. They got to win first down defensively. Can't give up big runs. Obviously, they got a ginormous quarterback who can run the rock. But we'll see what they do.
That
dog. Big fucker, man. He's a hell of a
KJ Jefferson. Like, I know you can't do this in college, and I don't know why, because it's the ultimate business now. But I wouldn't bet if KJ Jefferson goes for like 200 yards passing and 100 yards rushing.
Yeah,
because he's a fucking monster. Okay, and I love our defense, but Gus Malzahn is a bad motherfucker. Okay, he's a great coach. They are playing at home. The whole world is watching this game. The ticket prices are $150. The other ticket prices for BYU are $40. They have 100 recruits coming to this game to watch UCF. So don't tell me that we're not everybody's Super Bowl. This is what I've been talking about. Colorado is everyone's Super Bowl. I was at Nebraska. Don't tell me it wasn't your Super Bowl, Doug. The Illinois game looked fun. Nah, the CU game is where it's at. Even Will Compton's stealing my lock the gate speech. You got to find that. At the beginning of the fucking game, Will's up there like, lock the gates on these boys. And I'm like, you follow me, dog. I'm like talking on the field.
I remember that.
You can't steal that, motherfucker. That's our thing. So we got to make a T-shirt like we lock the gates in Boulder. All right, it's 3-1, 3-1, bitches. You can have your win this week or this year, but we're still up 3-1. So I just look. I know we just got off on a tangent here, and that's why you got this fucking show. I'm just saying, I think it's going to be a really competitive, very highly, adjustable game where all the Malzahn's going to adjust, Livingston's going to adjust. Malzahn's going to adjust. Livingston's going to adjust. Coach Prime, I pray to God that we've got some special teams this week because we're going to need them.
Yeah, we are. We cannot.
TCU did not beat this team because their special teams are terrible. If we allow them to beat us on special teams, they'll beat us. We just got lucky. We can't play like that again. So that I hope that Coach and his staff figured that out this week. Time will only tell. And then Coach Lodeholt, what are we going to see from this offensive line this week? Are we going to see a revival or are we going to see a fucking sacrifice? Yeah. Because, I'm just going to tell you, I know the situation is totally different. The only time other than playing for the Dolphins and playing in Miami, okay? I played at Tampa a couple of times. I played obviously for the Dolphins and then in Miami a bunch with the Jets.
Yep.
I played at Florida State when I was in college. All right, we played in Tallahassee in September.
Mm-hmm.
It was so fucking hot. It was awful.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the game in the first half. It was 16-9. We came out in the second half, bro, and it was 112 degrees on the field.
Jeez.
And like you could see the steam coming off the turf. And these fucking Florida kids beat the fuck out of us. It was bad. We got our ass kicked in the second half. And like after the game, everybody's all IV'd and shit. And I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, we got some Colorado dudes on. We got some snow bunnies on the team, and we didn't adjust well to the heat, myself included.
Mm-hmm.
All these guys on CU's team are from the South and Florida. So
yeah.
I don't think that we're really going to have that fucking problem.
I hope not. I'd like to think that.
I bet you everybody got off the bus and they were like, humidity, I'm home. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And my thing is, you mentioned it. So Colorado's got to win first down defensively. I agree with that. I also think we got to get out, like Lawrence Vickers mentioned it last week. We got to get out and fucking score early. You got to set the fucking tone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've sucked at the beginning of games. We got to fix that.
Yeah, I agree. Set the fucking tone, especially on the road. You're huge underdogs. If they can go in and go up 7-0, 10-0, that would be huge for them, especially on the road down in the heat or whatever weather it's going to be. Speaking of the weather, let me read you a weather forecast. So, so Florida's preparing for current tropical storm Helene to reach major hurricane status by Thursday morning today. Landfall is possible that day anywhere from Central Florida to the coast of Alabama. All this information comes from National Hurricane Center.
Well, I'd rather hear Thursday than Saturday.
Yeah, so Colorado doesn't play UCF until Saturday afternoon, so the storm's weather will be gone by kickoff, but its impacts may still be felt in the area. And more importantly, for the long traveling Buffaloes, they don't want to get caught by the weather, blah, blah, blah. Basically saying they got out there.
That's why they left early. That's why we told you on Monday they were leaving Wednesday. And people were like, they're not leaving Wednesday. And I was like, okay. But here, this one's pretty cool just because I love talking about my boy Clyde. Rest in peace, brother. We love you. I'm telling you, that game down there, he had like 13 tackles. He was killing people. He hit PK Sam so hard, he knocked him straight fucking out. Straight out. Yeah. So, and like, I'm telling you, it was a great day. So love you, Clyde.
Yeah, no doubt. Man. Well, I think we're going to give our predictions for this game tomorrow with Vickers, but, keys to victory, shutting them down on first down defensively, not letting them get big runs, big chunk plays with their quarterback. And, I texted you about this yesterday. I think we should. It's in the afternoon. I can make it work. Huh?
Yeah, man. I'm going to sit in my house and put my computer in front and hang out with all you motherfuckers.
Hey. Yeah, so sounds like we're doing it. Game's what, 3:30 Eastern on Saturday? I think
1:30 Mountain in Good Guy Land.
Yeah, yep. So, hey, tune in for a live watch party Saturday, 3:30 Eastern, 1:30 Mountain Time. We're going to come in and watch. This is going to be a huge game in Orlando. Can't wait.
Hey, are we going to talk about this?
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's next. So, So, next topic here. Richard Sherman came out on his podcast with Amon Ross, St. Brown, and others, and he said that Travis Hunter is a bland wide receiver. I'm just going to go ahead and play the full kind of clip here, and then you guys, you can react. Take a listen here.
I'm going to come out as because I haven't watched too much of his games. I see a lot of the highlights. Have you seen a lot of his game, Sherman?
I have. I think he goes as a corner just because of what we talked about earlier. Like receivers his size, he's not a special size, and I don't see him as like a super dynamic, route runner. He's just one of those. He's a great athlete, and he's smooth, so he can get it done. I'm sure if he sat there and focused on receiver, he could be elite. But as a corner, he just looks natural. And it's back to catching a ball, and he's in position all the time. He's breaking right. He has a good feel for it. And it's so rare, you know what I mean? Like a corner like him is going to up the market. Like I can't believe Pat didn't get more than what he got. But Sauce is in New York, so Sauce is probably going to take the DBs over 30 or close to 30. But a guy like that coming in, by the time he comes in, it's going to start to get to 32, 33 million when it's time for him to get paid, and he could do it. But as a receiver, I just think he'd kind of blend.
Matt. Your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on Sherm's comments? And Travis Hunter obviously responded on Instagram saying, "Stop speaking on me. Let me play football." Which, I mean, I respect the comment. He didn't even have to say that. So, what are your thoughts on the situation?
Look, Richard Sherman's a Hall of Famer and a hell of a corner, but this Bland, why are you not watching?
I'm with you.
What the fuck are you talking about, dog? You don't need to say that in order to make him seem like he's a better DB. You can say, because it's true, he's an incredible wide receiver prospect that will probably be an all-pro receiver if he focuses on that, because he's going to be. And he's also an incredible defensive back prospect, and if he focuses just on that, he'll be an all-pro, and he might do both. Again, Richard, are you just mad because you couldn't play receiver and you got moved to DB? Because that's what happened. He went to Stanford as a receiver and they moved him to DB. So is he mad?
That's a good question.
That's the only thing I can come up with. Why are you mad, dog? Like, I understand he's not saying it fictitiously. He's not fucking like going after him. He's just saying he's kind of bland. Bland? Like, I'd rather you call me a pussy than say I'm bland. Bland? This doesn't look bland to me. This looks elite.
Yeah, he's
everything he does. Every time he touches the fucking ball, the entire world holds their breath.
Like
he's the only fucking reason that we're any good. Him and Shadour, without those two, all right? I saw a video the other day. If Shadour and Travis played for Georgia, like how good would Georgia be? If Carson Beck played for CU, they'd be 0-12.
Yeah. Are you serious?
I don't know if that's true, but you know what? Like, we've got some bad motherfuckers at the quarterback position, receiver, and DB, and we got some other good players on the field that are all feeding off of those two. There ain't nothing bland about Travis Hunter, dog. I mean, nothing. If anything, there's fucking Frank's Red Hot everywhere. This is the spiciest motherfucker alive. What are you talking about, Richard?
Yeah.
I mean, look, this is
I'm with you on this shit.
This is like he went to Stanford and he's too smart for himself. He's, overeducated, dumb motherfucker.
Let me ask you, what do you think of Travis's response? I mean,
I think that Travis heard it and said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
What? I understand that I'm a topic of conversation in every regard, but everyone's saying Heisman and how elite he is. I mean, Steve just talked about him being a unicorn. This is just what it is. It's generational talent. It's like he's the fucking Shohei Ohtani of fucking football, dog. What? Like, you need to appreciate this, not hate on it. Richard did this because he's trying to fucking get Amon-Ra St. Brown to be like, oh, Richard. And fucking he wants to get clickbait, and he did. We're talking about that shit. So, Richard's being a dick.
Hilarious.
Shocker. Richard's being a dick. Dick Sherman over here being a real jerk off.
Here's what I think of it. Sherman's obviously, he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not going to say
he's not.
I just think, how can you call fucking Travis Hunter bland? He's
like
shit.
Look. Yeah, I went on a date. She was cool. It was kind of bland. Everybody you're talking to is going to be like, no, you're not going back out, huh?
Yeah, it's like, dude, you didn't get to say that, bro. Like, let's be real. We know he's not bland. That's not accurate. I mean,
how do you think when Coach Prime heard this, do you think he was like, bland, huh? That's some bull junk.
Bull junk, yeah, you're probably right. That's probably what
bull
he said.
junk. Dick Sherman, like, hey, Dick Sherman, what's your problem, dog? Bland? Travis Hunter, what's wrong with you? He just sounds dumb, and it's okay. I mean, he sounds dumb a lot. He's on Thursday Night Football.
I wouldn't call him dumb. I feel like he's. I feel like he. You choose your words like you say. I feel like this is very intentional.
You want to know who's kind of bland as a receiver? Kevin Hogan. You want to know who's kind of bland as a receiver? Like, I don't know, the third receiver, like Alan Lazard. He's bland as a receiver. Like, good player, but he's pretty bland, I guess. Adam Troutman is a pretty bland tight end. Better tight end than me. But like bland, man.
Just a backhanded. It's backhanded.
It's a backhanded fucking disrespectful comment is what the fuck it is. And you know what?
I'm just going to reiterate this, and people don't understand, and it's fucking ridiculous. Just keep talking. Keep talking shit. Keep doubting everyone. Keep making Shadour sound like he's not the best quarterback. Keep calling Travis Hunter bland and he can't play both ways. Like, even Steve was like, I don't know if he can do both. Well, keep acting like you can't do both. Keep acting like they're not getting better. Keep acting like Coach Brian can't coach. Keep acting like they're 15-point underdogs. Keep acting like they're not going to fucking show up in Florida with fucking half the rosters from Florida. Mm-hmm. Keep acting like they didn't go down on Wednesday to avoid all the weather and the distractions and how smart that is. You just keep acting like they suck, please. Because as they continue to fuck people up and 12 blandly wins the Heisman and Shadour blandly throws him the ball and fucking Shadour blandly goes fucking top 10 and then Travis goes number 1, which is so fucking bland. I mean, goddamn, dog. Winning the Heisman and for a team that was 1-11 before you got here in Boulder where they didn't give a fuck about football. We couldn't recruit a goddamn player of his caliber to save our goddamn life. And now all of a sudden it's super bland what he's doing in Boulder. Bland-ass Boulder for bland-ass Travis, bland Heismans and bland number 1 picks and bland everything. Fucking Richard Sherman. You want to talk about bland? Look at that motherfucker's forehead. He doesn't have dreams. He's got movies, dog.
Okay. Here's my you're hilarious. Here's what my interpretation of it. I don't really have a problem with what he said before. You really had to add that shit at the end. You know exactly what you're doing. We do this fucking shit in this podcast game. You know exactly.
Look at this. Look at this.
No, let me address this shit. Max Hess, shut the fuck up, bro. You are sensitive being in our comment section complaining about it. The only fucking truth of this is Richard Sherman knew exactly what he was doing by saying that. Let's be real here and not fucking act like it's.
But hold on. Like DBs can set the market at $35 million, but what did Jordan Jefferson just get paid? Like 40?
Yeah, he got.
So receivers make more than DBs. So why would he want to set the market at DB if he could pay receiver and make $50 million?
And this is the other thing. How are you going to call him bland? Have you ever seen something else like this before, bro?
Have you ever seen another player like don't even come at me with Charles Woodson and Deion because they did not do what Travis Hunter's
120 fucking plays a game on
a game. And he did it all last year too. And the only reason he didn't play more last year was because motherfucking Henry Blackburn decided to be a cheap bitch. And it didn't work out for him last year, and it damn sure didn't work out for him this year. Consider 3 of those 4 tutties were on his ass this year at home, sheep. And again, I know a lot of you took them in the comments, and I'm really sorry you lost money that day.
He said sheep. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's my take on it. Like, hey, sure, out of all the things you could say, you know damn well he's a unicorn. You ain't got to say that. It's backhanded as shit, you know, bro.
Dog, come on.
Homie.
All right. Hey, I got to go here pretty quick, so let's wrap this bitch.
Yeah, let's go ahead and close it out here. Great show on this fine Thursday. Had a Hall of Famer, Steve Atwater, on the show. We're going to get clips out of that and stuff like that, so make sure to stay tuned for that later. Great show, though, on this fine Thursday. We'll be right back here tomorrow for Colorado versus UCF pregame with our hype man, Lawrence Vickers, former Colorado V-back. Matt, any final thoughts on this fine Thursday before we close out?
Yeah, man, at 1 o'clock here today, I'm going to be on the Believe Network, Believe in the Broncos. Patrick Chiotti and I are going to be talking Broncos for about 30 minutes. So jump on over there and then listen to what I have to say there. Give you some keys to victory for the Jets. Never mind. The fucking Jets are going to run the Broncos this weekend. They're going to fucking run them. Pat doesn't know what he's getting into. I'm coming in as a fucking double agent. He thinks I'm going to talk about the Broncos. Nope. I'm going all Jets, Jets. Fuck the Broncos this weekend. Let's go. I'm out.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow with Vickers. And by the way, Saturday at 3:30 Eastern, 1:30 Mountain, doing a live watch party of Colorado versus UCF. I cannot wait, bro.
I just showed up to Max. Shut the fuck up.
I just so sick of this shit, dog. Why are we're sensitive for bringing this shit up, bro.
And we are sensitive. We're sensitive. It's okay. Sensitive asses. Offensive linemen are so sensitive. You offensive linemen are so fucking sensitive.
It's all good. Hey, we'll be back here tomorrow, Vickers. I cannot fucking wait. It's gonna be a great fucking.
Both of them. Hold them. Yeah.
That is fucking hilarious, Tuck.
Goodbye.
See you.